Welcome to my pitch for the quirky exploration game Sneaksters. In this game, the player, as a pair of shoes, must explore the world in order to rescue other sentient shoes while avoiding capture from style-crazed humans. The player's goal is to rescue the sentient shoes stranded in each level in order to progress to the next area. In order to move through a stage, players will have to find the minimum amount of sentient shoes required for that level. When the player finds another pair of sentient shoes, they must lure humans away from that pair in order to give the pair a chance to escape. The player must decide the best course of action to lure the human away. Appealing to their favorite style, using a higher speed to run away for longer, or employing stealth tactics to lure the human away before hiding are all options that will vary depending on the player's choices. Each stage has a minimum amount of shoes to find, but the player can also choose to pursue all pairs of shoes in order to achieve the maximum score. Once the player has found the minimum amount, the player can move to the designated ending area and end the level when they're ready. The player will then move automatically to the next stage. There are 8 shoe forms in the game, and each form has 2 unique stats, speed and stealth. The differences in stats allow the player to manipulate the shoes according to their chosen path. If the player is embarking on a more sneaky mission, they might want to sacrifice speed for stealth, especially if a human with a high interest in that shoe style is nearby. There are 12 levels in the game, and each has a unique setting, like a busy city street, a relaxing beach, and a chipper park. These levels contain the different parts of the environment that allow the player to change styles. The player must find a new style area and absorb it in order to receive that style. Once the player has found a new style, that style is available to be used throughout the subsequent levels. Some levels will have a new style to find, while others without styles will be purely strategy focused. The player is constantly being hunted by the humans of the world, controlled by the AI. Humans have 2 attributes that drive their behavior: determination and style. A human with higher determination will chase a shoe for longer periods of time before giving up and leaving the area. The style attribute represents the human's favorite shoe type, and if the player is currently in that form, the human will receive a short burst of speed when they see the player. A danger meter shows the player their proximity to a dangerous human. When a human gets close enough to the player, they'll automatically capture the player and the game ends, causing the player to restart the level. The theme of the game is exploration, and the tone stays humorous and lighthearted throughout. With only humans as the main antagonists, the player is free to explore and enjoy the environment at their own pace, as long as they can stay away from feet and free their friends. The game's perspective is 3D over the shoulder. This helps keep the area in plain view for the player, but also makes sure that they aren't overly hindered by the camera when trying to explore or hide. A bubbly, cartoonish aesthetic helps emphasize the upbeat tone. The game is similar to Katamari Damacy in that the player will traverse and explore different contained environments where they might be preyed upon while they're in certain forms. In Katamari, the player is attacked by hostile creatures if they're under a certain size. In this game, the player will be attacked if they're in a more appealing form. The player is presented with multiple ways to help a pair of shoes escape, and will be able to influence the behaviors around them based on the way they choose to use their styles and engage the humans. Flashing an appealing style and running away with a higher speed shoe is a great way to lure a human with a burst of speed, but a prolonged chase might require different tactics. Creating intuitive AIs that can detect the current form of the player and react accordingly will be a challenge. By restricting the amount of forms and providing each form a variance of the same stat, the team can reduce the amount of pressure put on any necessary state machines and have the human AI react to the player more feasibly. Sneaksters takes the mundane idea of a pair of shoes in an alley and makes it comical and engaging. Players can enjoy a silly experience while still experiencing exciting tension, and can decide their play length based on how many shoes they free into the world.